All right, everybody, I'm back. Actually this is the third time I'm doing this. I was just halfway done, and someone called me, and I had to get that, so I had to stop it. And the other one I had to do real quick because FunCom was doing their major update, Age of Sorcery Part 3. It's 19 gigabyte upgrade, so every time they do one, all the mods don't work and I lose everything. So I wasn't totally finished, but I figure at least let me get a video of what I got. But they did the update and I started the game and it actually started, which was really surprising. So anyhow, so this is the Heliograph Heights Castle. We'll start, go past a little shipping thing. This ship would come from other parts of the map to take people to the Ristorante on the top there, Windows of the World, 5-star restaurant. So you come in here, elevated to Castle Pub and Restaurant. So this is the Castle Pub. There's actually two of them. There's one here, and then there's one at the other end, Castle Pub 2. And it's not that big, but it's it's nice. Got the two bars, and then here's elevated to Windows of the World. So here's the Windows of the World Ristorante. And you got terraces that you can walk around. You go out that way. Or you could go out that way. Here's the Expediter. And one thing I did different than I normally do is the bathrooms are usually co-ed, guy and women. But being this is a classy restaurant, I figure I'd separate and make the men's. And then the women's, they're not that big, but it's got the vanity. And then the men's, just regular. Oop. And here's the restaurant. It's color-coded seats. If you make reservations, you want a red seat, that's the window seats. The blue seats are the inner seats. And then you got the king section, the purple. And these are for my guests. I always have my own special table, so if the place is totally packed, the queen and I, always have a seat. And then so my guests, and being these seats are window seats, but they're in my section, so they're purple. And just to give you an idea of how bright these lights are, see how dark it got when I turned it off? So they're pretty bright. They definitely bright up the place. If I shut them all off, it'd be pretty dark in here. Oh yeah, and the kitchen. There's 4 kitchens in the castle. One here, one in my house, one in the main dining hall, and one in the great hall. The royal kitchen is in the great hall. I'm in walk mode right now. That's why you could hear me walking. That's why I like going into fly mode. But for now, we'll just take the elevators. And this time we're going to take a different elevator. There's two ways of getting here, from the ground level like we did, and then there's this way. And this takes you to the winery and brewery. Where's my, oh, the elevator's not here. Tell you, the people who designed this really are amazing. I mean, the elevators and everything. So then here's the winery and brewery. Got all your different wines: Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, Rieslings, Chardonnays, Chablis, Chiantis. Here's the brewery. You sit down, have yourself a brew with the king. It's king's guests only. That takes you to the staff quarters and the public garderobes and ground level, but we're not going to go there yet. And then this takes you to the guards' quarters and dining hall. But we're going to go to my place first, the king's house. There's two ways to get there: this way, or you could take it from ground level, which I'll show you when we get there. As you can see, I got plenty of guards. Probably got at least 100 guards throughout the whole castle. So here's a little sitting area. Again, I have the terraces down here and the terraces on the second floor. It's here too. So you could walk around. And there's my kitchen. I used the shelving I couldn't fit it against the wall because it would cover the windows, so I figure kill two birds with one stone. I'll put it here and make a divider for the kitchen, which turned out nice. Got some steaks cooking. Oh, and these two, you can turn them on. See that? See the smoke coming out in the fire? And I got 388 hours worth of coals. Little sitting areas. Here's my little pet. Alright, you finished eating? Want to lay down? There you go, buddy. And this is the master bedroom, complete with a bar, some trees. Got 3 fireplaces, and again I got the terrace, which here you can see Wonders of the World. Building that section there to get in through that way was fun because it's right against the rocks and it was different layers. I didn't think I'd be able to pull it off with the roofs, but I did. It worked out well. Sleeping area. So being we came in that way, we're going to go down this way. So if you were coming this way, this is where you would come in. Over here. Here's my little pet dragon. He's guarding. Now this section I added at the last minute. To get to the marketplace, you have to actually go through the Great Hall, and I didn't want everybody, unknowns going through the Great Hall. Only my guests. So I came up with this at the last minute, which was fun. We'll do that later. Go in through there. Here's the bathhouse. And yes, it's a bathhouse, so there's naked people. Got 3 fireplaces to keep warm after your bath. And then of course you come in, if you go into the ristorante, or from there you could come through this way to get to the bathhouse. You could take a boat, a small boat, and come in through this area and pull up to the steps there, or you can come in through that little opening there and then pull up to the steps, get off and go to the bathhouse. So that's the main castle area, and this is the public baths and garderobes. This way, if you're a traveler and you need to take a bath, go to the bathroom, you could come in here and you got your public garderobes. And your baths, which is nice. You got 3 baths. So then, let's see, we did from down here. Yeah, we did this area. Okay, so we'll go up. So here's a staff sleeping area. Some of the staff. And that takes you to the winery. So here we got some seating. You can sit down and have some wine and cheese. In fact, actually, I knew I had one more place to sit some people. I'll have to do that at another time. I'll add the people sitting there. And we already went through this way to get to the Wonders of the World. And then to my house. So now we'll go up to the guard quarters and the main dining hall. Oh, shit. That's a first. Oh, it hit that ledge. I gotta stay in the middle. Huh. So here's the main dining hall. Now when I did the first video, there were just tables and chairs. There were no seats, no food on the table. So this is seats quite a lot of people, as you can see. And then here's the guard quarters. Got down here. Then you got up here. There's a couple enjoying the fire before they go to work. And then, where is it? There it is. And here's the other kitchen. So we've been in mine, we've been in the kitchen in the Windows of the World. And this is, it's a bit smaller, but it's still good. I mean, it's got everything. Oop, I forgot to get rid of that menu thing. I hate that, it gets in the way. So then from there, from here we go to the library. Now when I had built this was just an empty room, and it's pretty big. I had no clue what I was going to turn it into, but I figure let's make it a library. And I got all these shelves with books, and lots of them they won't fit in just regular apartments, so this was perfect. I just wish the people that sit at the chairs had different positions, like she was reading a book. That'd be perfect. Maybe in the future they'll do that, but then you got your ladders so you could get to the books up higher. And here we go to the marketplace. Now this is where my guests would come in to go to the marketplace, because they could go through the Great Hall. Oh, I didn't shut that one off. Actually, before we go into the Great Hall, we'll go to the vault. This was another thing I added later on. I figured I needed a vault, and there was that extra cliff, so I figured, oh, whoa. Let's not be getting ourselves killed. Yeah, it's amazing that these I mean, this is pretty far there. Each elevator goes about 30-some stories, so I mean, thank God, because it's pretty high. I always have to be careful when I'm on this too, because if you fall, you're dead. Oh, and also, when I did this, it's right by the death wall. The whole map is surrounded by a death wall, and on your wrist there's a band, and if you go past the death wall, you automatically die. Even if you're in God mode, you die. So when I built this, in fact, let me go into fly mode. Make sure I'm in fly mode before I kill myself. See those cross-like looking things? That's the death wall. And check this out. There's the one right there. So when I was building the outside of this, when I was adding these walls and the roof, I didn't realize I was that close. In fact, see the green stuff going up? That's the death wall. That's how close to it I am. And if you hit it, you're dead. So building this was really a trip. I didn't realize I was that close, but I needed my vault to be somewhere safe where nobody could get to it. While I'm in fly mode, we might as well just go back. So yeah, that was fun, building that. Oops. Yeah, we'll just make like we're in a elevator. To the Great Hall. Okay, so here we are back by the Great Hall, as you can see. It's not one of my biggest, but it's pretty huge. And my throne isn't really my most favorite, because I had the doors on the left and right here. I couldn't build it the way I wanted, so that's as good as it gets for this place, but it's decent. And you got my queen here, she's waiting for me. And again, well, I had the tables and seats, but there were no people, so I just finished adding this. Actually, I did it finished today. I started yesterday, and I finished today doing the tables, seating the people. So then I would, she would sit to my right, and here I am sitting. That's me, Conan. And then there's my queen. Oh, and up here we have our guard towers. This was something else I added later on, the guard towers, because I had already done everything, and everything was up against the walls. And I'm like, where am I going to put the doors to them? So what I did is I put them on the second floor. So it works out good. Normally I have elevators for these, but this worked out even better. Got the steps. Got a fireplace. They got plenty of firewood. They got water for drinking or freshening up, because they don't leave their posts for all day. So this is guard tower 1. They go in clockwise. On the other side of the door to the marketplace, on the second floor, is guard towers 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in here, we have, this is, my chefs are on call 24 hours a day, because if the queen wants something or I want something at 3 in the morning, they better be able to make it. So this is where the chefs sleep. Yeah, they're on call. Then here's guard tower 6, and again, yeah, it's the same. Yeah, they all look the same. I'm gonna actually put something on the bottom here. I just don't know what yet. I'll fill it with something, some seats or whatever. And then we got the elite guards, which are the ones here, these guys. This is their sleeping quarters. Yeah, they're on shift, 3-hour shifts, 8 hours, 3 8-hour shifts, 24 hours, so they all take turns sleeping. Actually, I should have put some people sleeping in the beds. I have them otherwhere. Yeah, there's a couple things I still need to do. And then here's the royal kitchen. And this is actually the biggest kitchen I've ever, out of all my castles, this is the biggest. Now, you know how some restaurants have one door for going in and one door for coming out so that the waitresses don't bang into each other? Well, here I got one elevator that goes down. Right now it's in the up position waiting to go down. And then you have the up elevator, which will go down this one, being it's already down. And here it is, the royal kitchen. It's huge. And you got this stove, and then you got the grill with some steaks. And then you got the bakery oven. And then here, this the chefs, goes right to their quarters, so they could go right from waking up, boom, come right down here and go to work. They don't even have to go out through the Great Hall, which is cool. Oops, overshot it. And then of course you got your more garderobes, and down here you got the bath, in case my guests want to take a bath before they sit down. So that's it, that's the Great Hall. Got my trophy head for the dragon. See the way his light lights up as you get close to him? Watch his eye, it lights up. See it? Now this is just his head. You can imagine how big his body is. Then we got our dancers, one at each end. Sitting area where you can enjoy some hashish or opium, whatever. And now here's to the marketplace. Yeah, I love the sound of that. That is crazy. So here's the marketplace. It's something like 25 stalls. Everything you need from just about anything you can get here. And if you can't get it here, you go to the workshops and they'll make it for you. And then this doorway leads to the workshops and the botanical garden, which that you're going to really enjoy. So here's chip off the old block firewood. I enjoy naming them. That's the fun part. Like this one here, he sells specialty wood, so it's wooden it be nice instead of WOULDNT. Then you have the elixir potion and potion shop. Lockwood chicken milk and eggs. Sweet Dreams pillow shop. To Die for custom dyes. Bad to the bone shop. Shiny Things crystals. Baranon's finest weaponry and shields. Now it used to be you could only put weapons on. You see the racks with the bows? That's the only way you used to be able to store weapons. But somebody came out with a mod that allowed you to place weapons on tables. You put down it's a crate. You put the crate down. You face it the way you want the weapon to face, and then you go into inventory and you take the weapon and you put it in the slot, and it gets rid of the crate, and it puts the weapon there. Fantastic idea. It was the best thing they ever made. And here you got Sugar and Spice and Everything Nice shop. All different spices. Arabella's Egg and Aloe shop. Joseph's Odd and Ends. And you have the Cheese Emporium. Over here you have Nature Earth Herb shop. And then here's your exchange table when you come in. If you're from a foreign country, you could exchange it for our coins. Or if you have a lot of gold, you could change it for silver and bronze, because not all the vendors are able to cash gold. Then here you got Harrington's Fish and Produce. Gandalf's Bookstore. This is always fun when I do the bookstore, putting all the books on the shelves and shit. And then where else? And then down this end, and we have Wardcomb's Furniture, all kinds of custom furniture. Dr. Jenkins and Mr. Hyde Pelts and Hides. Smoking Caterpillar Hookah Shop. And then finally, Heavy Metal Resource Shop, where you could buy metals for making all your weapons and stuff. And then Workshops, Parks, and Botanical Garden. Now this sits on, you see the way this sits on that giant cliff. Now this was all grass. So I had to build it up high enough so the grass didn't come through. But there's some spots, like down here, you can see where it's coming through. But on the other side of this wall, it was like really thick. And I'm thinking, I don't want to put these workshops through all that grass, so I figure I'll build the wall around it, put the workshops on the outside, which I have all the workshops there are. Everything from the armorer, horticulture, blacksmith. Now, when they just changed when they did their upgrade to Age of Sorcery, they did part 1, part 2, and now they just updated to part 3, which changed the whole journey step, which I got to do all the journey steps all over again, which sucks because I was already done with them. So this is the bench for that. I'm still not sure how it works. I gotta look up online, see what that does. And then this, you can put stuff in here and it dismantles it. Like if I put a bow in there, it'll give you all the resources. It'll give you the rope, the wood, any metal parts. This is the scribe's table. Here's a tannery, the gemologist, the alchemist. You get anything you need here. And here's the carpenter. He's fixing a bow, a crossbow. And then these two actually make furniture. This is the artisan's bench, and this is the woodworker's bench. And then you have your smelter. You put the ore in there and it melts it down into bars. Then you got your press for you put stuff in there and it presses it into oils, and this is a dryer bench. And of course more bathrooms. And then here, this makes all paints, different paints. So yeah, you got pretty much everything, and you could come in through that door or from the other one. So anyhow, so I built this wall around it, and I figured, well, what am I going to do? That's a lot of real estate. I don't want to just waste it. So what I did is I turned it into a botanical garden and park. Now, mind you, all the grass was here, but all the trees, all those flowers, every single flower I had to place separately. All the trees, I got peach trees, I got apple trees, I got the fountain. Here's an avocado tree. I've got a mango tree. I think that's the mango tree. Peach trees. And then I also put some fireplaces with some pillows so you could sit and rest. Drew a dancer in here. Yeah, this was fun doing this. It took a long time. It took me the whole day. So yeah, this was fun. I mean, where else could you, on the top of a over 1,000-foot high cliff, could you have a garden? So that's cool. So that's that. Where else? And then I needed some more, some guest quarters, and the vendors, so that the vendors that live far could just stay here, and the same with with my guests and the workers in the workshop. Some of them live closer; they could just go home, and some of them, live far. Whoop! Come on, Miller. So anyhow, so there's how we came up, elevated to Castle Pub. Oh wait, no, we didn't go down there yet. There's the second pub. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's right. This is the part. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I didn't want people coming through the Great Hall, so I had to create another spot for them to come up. But the bad thing was this spot is right over the water. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? So I used a little ingenuity and I came up with this. So yeah, we'll go down here. So this is the second pub. I like this. Yeah, this one's way bigger, obviously. Got the two bars and of course another bathroom. Then that takes you to the Hangover Inn, so that if you're a little bit too drunk, you just go right down and go to sleep. Now, normally I would fill these plates with food, but it takes an entire day to do that. Between all the places, yeah, it would take a day. And it goes bad in time. Like by the time I'm finished doing the last one, some of the first ones I placed down would be going bad. So, yeah, that's not good. So anyhow, so now we go down to the inn, and as you can see, there's right next to this is where you go the elevator to my house. So I put it right next to it with this walkway. So it worked out really good. Yeah, see, so here's the inn. And you can see people sleeping already. Yeah, this is what I need to do in the guard room there. Need to put some people sleeping. Here's a girl sitting next to the fire. Again, more bathrooms and bath. And this is how you would, if you just, if you're just a traveler and you just want a place to stay, you just come in through here. See, and then there's mine. To my house. Yeah, let's go back up there. Yeah, see, in fly mode you can move so much faster, and it doesn't make that sound of the footsteps. That gets annoying after a while. Besides, you just make like we're on the elevator. There's my house. It's a nice view. This has got to be about easily 100 stories or something, because the elevators go 32 stories at a pop. So we just took two of them, so that's 64 stories right there. So, oh yeah, we forgot the main spot in here. Oh my God, how could I forget this? So here's the apothecary. Every one of my castles have one. Of course, I own it, because that's where the money's at. Everybody knows that pharmaceutical is where big money. So these people are in line waiting for their order. And here's where you would place it. You come in here, tell her what you want, blah, blah, blah. She fills, writes it down, and then you go out, do your shopping, go get something to eat, come back, wait in line, and pick it up. So this alone, this room took me 2 days just to place every single shelf down, put everything on the shelves one piece at a time. Same with the table, one piece at a time. I mean, like this shelf alone probably took me 2 hours. And then if you want to buy like a mortar and pestle or a hourglass, you could buy them. But yeah, this is always the hardest part to do in my castles. And some of my pharmacies are actually bigger than that, so you can imagine how long they took. So let's see. I think I got everything. Oh yeah, there's one other up here. Oh wait, no, I didn't get everything. But while over here, actually, let me. I'm going to show you, because, like I said, I don't like wasting space. So down here, for the king and the queen and I should say, we got our own garderobe. 2 marble tubs, marble garderobes and sinks, a vanity for the queen. Crazy, huh? Yeah, I don't waste any space, you know. So then we were on our way to go to the second floor. You got guard towers 2 through 5. On the second floor you also got the guest quarters, suites 1 through 10. On the second floor you got 1 royal suites. You got 2 royal suites. And then the third floor you got royal suites 3 through 5, and you also got the vendor and workshop quarters. And then I got signs because you get lost in this place, so I actually got signs. Guard Tower 3, which is right there. Guest Suite 1 and Guard Tower 4. And of course, they're all the same. And they're, these suites aren't that big, but it's got what you need. It's got, you could cook, you got your water, you got your refrigerator, you got a fireplace, you got your own bathrooms. Bathtub. Got the bed, your cabinets, end table. Yeah. And in those days, people weren't fussy. If you have something over your head from the elements, you're lucky. And then here's Guard Tower 3. Guest Suite 2. Some of them are bigger, some of them have the regular stove and a regular sink, because I could fit them. And of course their own bathroom. Then more signs. Suite 3 through 10, Royal Suites 1 and 2, Guard Tower 2 and Guard Tower 5. So here's this. Some of them I added a bookshelf. Guard Tower 5 and Guest Suites 4 through 10. So here's 4. Here's 5. And even these stoves, you know, they still all work too. Yeah, the people who designed this, I mean, it's amazing. And here's, oops, let me close this out again before I forget. Guest Suite 6. Guest Suite 7. Guard Tower 5. Some more garderobes, because this way if you have some guests over and you're using your bathroom, at least they could come here and use the bathroom or even take a bath. Guest Suite 8. Didn't want to do that. Damn, every time I do that. Guest Suite 9. Guest Suite 10. Guard Tower 2. To Guard Tower 2. Guard Tower 2. And then here's the Royal Suites. They're a bit bigger. Excuse me, honey, but I'm just showing my followers the castle, so just relax. I'll be out in a second. She looks like she wants to have fun already. Then here's Royal Suite 2. And they got the double beds, you know, bigger. I don't know why it does that. So then we go up to the 3rd floor. Whoops. Now here you got 3 more Royal Suites and the workshop and vendor quarters. Yeah, this came out really nice. And again, extra bathroom and baths. You got your fountain. Royal Suite 4. This one's pretty nice size. And the nice thing about this compared to downstairs, you got the whole ceiling, the whole roof. Yeah, so it's more open. Yeah, I like it. And of course the bathroom. And then here we have the workshop, personnel quarters. And again, you got your people sleeping. And to gain a little space, I actually added the wall. This way I was able to put the stove and sink there, and then added 2 more beds. So that worked out good. I did the same in the vendors' quarters. And here's Royal Suite 5. This one's pretty big. And then, of course, the vendor quarters. This one I actually added. That other section of the wall gave me one more bed. So it is more vendors than workshop people, so I figure I'll make this was the bigger room. This thing keeps coming back. Damn. Yeah, it's fun doing these things. Kitchen. So that's that. A little sitting area, some strawberries and cheese. So I believe that's it. Oh, see that? I got signs and I still got lost. Because I wasn't reading them. Then back out through here. And I think we covered everything. Yeah, went to the vault, went to my house, went to the pubs. Now what I'll do is show you what it all looks like from the air. And there's the guard towers. Like I said, I added them last minute. They were just, I figured, it's got to have some guard towers. It's a castle. So I did that. Yeah, I had to put a really huge foundation down to, there was all these spots like that are sticking out, like right there that I'm pointing at. I mean, there's like trees and brush and all sorts of shit. Yeah, it was fun. And then to line it all up so that everything lines up perfectly, that's the hard part. But I got a method from building so many of these damn things that, like even that right there, that center, to get from the winery to the pub, to build that little tower there, I have a special method the way I do it, but it works. And this section, like I said, was a real trip to build, to get the roofs to work. And then that, so that's it. That's the big castle. So now we'll just go back to, where did we come in? Oh yeah, the bathhouse. The bathhouse I actually added later on too. I had most of the castle done and I figured I gotta have a bathhouse. So that turned out nice. And the boat. Now this way, can't go too far this way because there's hostiles. That, you see that right up there? Yeah, it is all hostiles. There's a bad guy there. Actually, let me have fun. Let's see if my shots are still accurate. One shot took him right out. And yes, he is a bad guy. If I would have went close to him, he would have tried to attack me. Let's see what he's got for loot. Ah. We'll take that. And we'll take the iron. Nice doing business with you, pal. Yeah, if we pass into this, there's going to be a lot of bad guys. So anyhow, so that's it. There's my castle. It was fun building it. Took me about a month. So till next time, now what I'm going to do is, they did all this upgrade to Age of Sorcery 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to take a break from building and I'm going to actually try to redo all my journey steps and actually finish the game. It's completely different from when I first started playing Conan. I mean, everything, they changed. Oh my god. But it'll be fun. So until next time, enjoy and see you when I make my next video. Bye.